Well, chat, let's get down to business tonight because I want to get down to business. Again, as I've mentioned, I've had a long day. I'm a tired boy, but there's gooning, and by gooning, I mean goon squatting, to do. Last night, for those that missed it, the Goonfish were reverse swept in the Stanley Cup final by the Minnesota Wild. Have I had a chance to check out the UEFA Euro mode on FC24? I poked around a little bit, but I haven't played anything. This was one of the worst losses in any franchise mode I've ever had. Yeah. Just an absolute choke job. And again, as we've talked about, the team, as it happens to be at the moment, we're just not going to see this team again. Like, it was their last chance with this core as it is. And ultimately, I think it comes down to one primary issue. I mean, some guys like Lindstrom and Letourneau got ripped up a little bit. You know, Beach had a really inconsistent playoff as well. Defensively, we had some guys get ripped apart, which is unfortunate. But ultimately, it comes down to the goaltending. And while Cooper Hubbard got us that 3-0 series lead, he couldn't get win number 4. Christian Kirsch couldn't get win number 4. Dominic Bonk could not get win number 4. Taker, thank you.
Taste the biscuit.
Very much appreciated. I'm pretty sure we looked at the individual awards last night. Yeah, we did. We got to move on, though. We got to move on, right? We got to move on. We got to move forward. We got to do what we got to do and deal with the aftermath of that horrific defeat and try to get back to the not-so-promised land as Detroit. Oh, my God, Winnipeg. Again, there's no guarantees the Jets would be that far down. I believe they were the ones that almost took Wasselen. But that is now 2 top 2 picks in a row with draft picks that would have been mine. So, yeah, Cody, fair play. Goddamn, the blocking master. All right, we march, we move. Draft class wise, I have no confidence in how this is going to play out. We did retire Braden Point, which I don't even think I'm necessarily happy about, but God, we've made it so far. Guys like Patrick Laine, Mikko Rantanen are retiring. Pavel Zacha had over 1,000 career points. I don't know if that's going to happen, but fair enough. Charlie McAvoy is gone. Hot Sam Bacho. Noah Hannafin and company. And in goal, Igor Shesterkin, Georgiev, and others are also gone. What are the chances we find a goon with the Jets pick? There wasn't one last year. It's very true. Wow, Patrick Laine and Sasha Barkov, the Finnish coach options there. And we decided to go against that approach for coaches, rightfully so. So let's see how this draft goes. I'm hoping to get at least one decent player. We have the 32nd pick of 33 in the round, though, so this will be a time. 4 years out at 18, but a low elite DFD, Johan Weinhandel. The Weinhandel. That is beautiful to see. There's also Matti Lettinen, 3 years out. A medium 4, Luis Schutz. But does he score? Potential enforcer, Cade Eakin. A grinder, Nikita Beekhoff. The Beekhoff. It's tough because there are a lot of players that are actually eligible for us at this stage of the draft, and I wish it was a little bit more spread out. I'm worried that we're not going to have anybody in the later rounds. All right. So there wasn't a single goalie that we had pinned there. Defense, I mean, Weinhandel's the guy. I mean, a low elite's better than a medium 4. It's not even close. And then in terms of forwards, I mean, Beekoff's not that bad, but yeah, we gotta go for the sure thing. Let's take the Swede. Johan, welcome aboard. 61 overall, low elite at 18 years old. Not bad at all. It's a good potential. We'll double check the other options. Estrada. Who was the number 1 pick? I don't even really recall looking at the top of the draft. A dude named Trudeau. Going to Detroit. Let's see. Did we make a mistake? A lot of snipers this year. Power forwards that aren't that good. Grinder that's not that good. Power forward. Connor Walchuk's okay. I'd rather have a low elite than a medium top 6, though, which is what Beekoff was at a 62 overall. Eakin, Schutz. Yeah, we made the right call. We got the best player we possibly could at the time. We made the right call. Round number 2, 65th overall. A complete unknown, Braden Tanabe. Maybe not a complete unknown. We have a kind of hint at what his player type is. Frank Sinziger? Sinziger. Who's to say? We got Niedermeyer. Medium 9 grinder, Kai Mikala. EFD, Nikolai Vorobiev. Jonathan Leach could be fantastic. He's an overager, though. We'll look at him in a minute. Alfredson. Yeah, this is what I was worried about. I mean, we do have available players. I just don't know how good they're going to be, because this doesn't look good, does it? Let's call a timeout. We're going to need it. We are going to need it. I'm going to have to start looking at who's projected now down the lane, I think. But goalies. Guy Turgeon, 4 years out at 18. Fred Niedermeyer, 5 years out at 19. Manuel Tripp, 4 years out at 18. I mean, nobody's that good. So, funny, that's the hope, yeah. Defensively, Sean Bentley, 5 years out at 19. Vorobiev, 5 years out at 18, and those potentials suck. Not looking good for us. Cassian's 4 years out at 18, 4 years out, 5 years out. Potentially 2 years out for Mikala with a medium 9. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Then there's Holly. 2 years out for Jonathan Leach, unconfirmed crease crasher, but yeah, he's the guy. He is the guy. Not even a conversation. We'll take the Hungarian, Jonathan Leach. At least he's a 67, but he is, what, 20 years old? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, pretty mid-start to this draft. Let's start looking at the dudes that are projected to be good. We got Dwight Schlemko, Norm Wesley might be decent. Pretty much 4 good goalies at this point. Defensive defensemen or enforcers. We definitely have a couple of dudes to guess with. Absolutely nothing on the right wing side. What about left wing? Bryce Ranger, Maurice Pouliot, Matthew Bureau, and Blake Tan. And then for the centers, Tommy Peltola, and that is pretty much that. Not great. Peltola, 5 years out at 18. 5 years out at 19. Oh my god, yeah. 4 years out at 20. Essentially 3 years out at 19 years old. Range of the last one to look at. Yeah, I mean, everybody's just wishful thinking right now. We didn't have a single right wing. What about the defense? I mean, Svensson's 5 years out at 18. 4 years out at 18, but a low 6. Absolutely atrocious potential. There is the medium elite goalie, but we can take him in the next round. I'm going to go for the 2 goalies. Let's take Norm Wesley here. I'm going to need some goalies in the system because if you were paying attention to our situation, there's Wesley, a 60 overall, medium elite at 18. If you were paying attention to our current goalie situation, we're probably going to need some more goalies in the system. So, let's go back over. Pinned players. We will take Schlemko in the next round. Or we'll just take him now if there's nobody else I really care about. 2 out of 4 low elites. Let's take Bryce Ranger. Why not? That's why. Well, this draft is going about as poorly as I expected it would. So, that's okay. Let's take Schlemko with this pick. Get another medium elite goalie into the system. Round number 6. Lord knows who we're going for here. 2 out of 4 low elite, Lars Sontag. 49 overall low elite DFD at 18 years old. Super, super long shot to make it. And then the penultimate pick of the drafts. It's got to be Wolski. Theo Wolski. Pretty bad. All things considered, it was actually an okay draft, but man, that was, overall. It's about what I expected. Let's make some tough decisions here. Let's make some tough choices and see just how much this team is going to change. Here's the guy who scouted as a potential gem and just decided to not be in the draft like baseball. That's fair. So here's our situation in goal. Christian Kirsch wants $4.5 million. Chubbard only wants $2 million. He realizes he's a fraud. And Versteeg is still willing to take a 2-way deal. Interesting. Wesley would have to play in junior next year. Schlemko could be in the AHL. Okay. We'll come back to the goalies. Defensively, it's the last year, I believe, that Park can be an RFA. And he's going to be. We'll see what happens with him. Again, if there is an offer for 4 first-round picks, I think we have to take it. He is a fantastic defensive defenseman, but I don't know. I just have to wonder. I don't know. I mean, then again, we're probably never going to get a 30, 40-point defenseman again, so maybe not. It would be a tough choice. Turikov has to be qualified for sure. Peterson as well can stay, even though we scratched him in the final. Oh, man. Got some dudes who aren't that good. That's for sure. Austin's a low 7th round pick in 2032. Ruben, we'll see you later. Get out of here. Sontag needs to be signed. Try to spike his development out of nowhere. Wolski played for Prince George. Aegon sucks. And Winehandle played for Skellefteå, so we can bring him in. We'll keep Audette. About Gove. How many defensemen do we have then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Just sometimes it can spike their development to sign them early. It's not a guarantee, but sometimes. We are definitely going to have to switch to the strategy of not giving too many players term. Just in case in any given year we're in a rough financial situation. We'll bring back Gove, too, for the hell of it, just because he might be able to make the AHL team better. Right wing side, Roger McQueen is a UFA. Bootland's a UFA. Yep. Yep, this is what we knew was coming up here. Sterner wants $2 million. Stutzel's an RFA. We'll hold on to him. Overpay him on that qualifying offer, but it's fine. Got to keep Ponikarovsky. Got to keep Markstrom. Hanula and Hagos, I'm not sure yet. Hagos was really good in the playoffs. Tuzolino, Trent Tuzolino, you absolutely suck. As apparently all of that 2032 draft class did, so let's get you the hell out of there. And then down the middle, oh boy. Oh man. I don't know how we're going to have the money to pull this off and keep this team together. This is real bad. Real bad. Let's start off with Morin. He was our key player in the playoffs. 1 year at $13.5 million to try and keep him. And Letourneau and McQueen. We'll go for McQueen next, but yeah, this is not good. So Morin signed, Sims, McQueen said no. Because he doesn't view that we're going to be in a position to win anytime soon, which is ridiculous. We literally just went to the Stanley Cup final, and we were 1 win away from winning the Cup, but it's fine. Goalies are going to have to come last. We're just not going to be able to dedicate money to them. Letourneau. 1 year at 12.5. We're going to have to overspend to keep these guys, too. McQueen. And given that we elected not to take advantage of certain offer sheets, pretty much have no choice but to try and keep this team together now as best we can. So there will be some sacrifices. Bootlam rejected. Letourneau signed. McQueen signed. And just like that, we're down to $17 million left. Oh boy, are we in trouble. We are in massive, massive trouble. Oh, man. The goaltending will be the aspect of this team that gets just totally devastated. No other way to put it. Bootlin rejected again. Sterner, Silverthorne, Hagos signed. We're down to $12 million left. Crap load of RFAs. I don't know if we want to keep the likes of Hanula. One more time to try to bring back Bootland, and I'm well aware this could mean not having the money for the RFAs. Dude, Bootland just does not want to stay here. Even though it says he wants to stay here, he doesn't want to stay here. One of the most consequential final losses. Yeah. Dude, Bootland just does not want to stay. We got a bunch of guys taking the qualifying offer. We're at $11 million. Let's try to bring back Hanula. We'll try to bring back Sawyer. And then Bootland. Franchise mode. Always franchise mode, baby. That's what we do here. Sawyer. Bootland rejected again. So Bootland is off to free agency, as are the top 3 goaltenders, which, spoiler alert, I was going to let them probably go anyway. I am still technically allowed to engage for them here, and I will. But, yeah. We'll try again for Bootland. We'll go 1 year, $10 million for him, which will leave us no space with the goaltenders, which means Dominic Bonk is going to be our goalie. We'll try one more time for Bootland. We're not going to have any money for Park, but it is official that Christian Kirsch, 4th round pick in 2024, he's gone. Up and down career at the NHL level, 501 regular season games with us, 23 inconsistent playoff games. Christian Kirsch is gone, and Cooper Hubbard as well. We got to let this guy go. Shout out to Zesty Ham, though, the 2 years.
Jeez.
2 years, Zesty. And yeah, look
at the Patriots jacket, and of course he's been asked to leave the ball game.
He's not him.
A good piece of pizza.
Especially in the playoffs. He had some moments, but overall, he is very much not him. Zesty, how you doing, though? Thank you very much for the continued support. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that that for whatever reason, Bonk wasn't randomly an RFA or anything, but he wasn't. Yeah. Pretty much going to have to be Bonk and Skewin in goal. Yeah, financially, we're in big trouble. We're in big trouble. So, we pretty much had no choice but to not spend any money on goaltending. That was a given. I mean, I knew that was going to be the case anyway. I was alluding towards it the entire time, and with reason. We'll see if we can improve our coaching staff. We got a couple of scouts to sign, but pretty much what we're going to do is, you know, if Park gets offer sheeted, and again, 4 first-round picks come up, we'll have to very much consider it. And then Doan is a phenomenal goaltending coach, so bring him back. All right, what do we need for scouts? 5 of them. 5 of them. So we got Joseph Walters, Declan Stolars, Curtis Del Rio, any former player, I mean, Vadim Chipachov, technically. No Chipachov, that's not going to be Rick DiPietro, I wish. I wish. Is that Ian Cole? It is Ian Cole. He's a B- though. Let's bring in Smits. Allen, Smits. I'm here to deliver the Heimlich if needed. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to even get into a situation where we could possibly choke this time, so I think you're good. I don't think your services will be required. So Wyman signed elsewhere. Tommy Doan signed elsewhere. Oh, God. You would think this was a team that just finished in dead last instead of, you know, finished 1 win away from a Stanley Cup. Stolars. Ponikarovsky gets offer sheeted by the Red Wings, so we are going to have to make a move. Be able to keep him. Oh, goodness. Meg, that sounds fun as hell, though. Says I don't have the necessary cap, but that's because of RFAs or the offers already sent out. We're not paying that much money to defense. We're going to be paying no money towards goaltending right now. The problem is all of our money is tied up in our forwards. We are the Toronto Maple Leafs. Really don't want to lose Ponikarovsky. Really don't want to lose Ponikarovsky. He's someone that still has some potential on this team. But who the hell do we let go of otherwise? AJ duly noted. God, there's really nobody that I absolutely want to get rid of. Well, Sims maybe? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sims isn't totally necessary to keep. He's not going to get any better than he is. Solid defensively, very physical. Can't really skate, which is pretty common here, but if I can move out Jeff Sims to keep Ponikarovsky, it's not a bad idea. So again, we are not allowed to trade somebody for actual assets. It has to be a pick swap. So we'll send him off to the Anaheim Ducks. See you later. Mr. Sims. Wolf, what's going on? We're fighting for our lives here. Fighting for our goddamn lives. Bootland finally accepted an offer after all that time. The goalies. Kirsch is still out there. There's no way. I mean, again, Hubbard at 2.2, but why bother? Why bother? Thought it had to be a buyout. No. Doesn't have to be. Maybe I had that as a rule before. Maybe it should still be a rule. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, there's no way I'm bringing back Hubbard even for $2.2 million. Like, I should want to bring him back, but we know how the game works. So, it's been a long time since I made a stream, but watching the videos. And Wolf, I appreciate you for it. Turakov. You do, okay, maybe last time I read you don't have the necessary cap when it said do. Well, we're definitely going to keep Turakov. Watch the VOD for Game 7. Oh, I mean, Lamp, it was perfect. It was perfect. It was the most me thing to happen. Is there anybody else I need to move? Like, I'm going to be kind of pissed if it doesn't let me keep Ponikarovsky. Well, then again, he's an 80 overall at 22. Medium top 6. Like, he's not the greatest loss of all time if I were to lose him. So, not ideal, but we'll just see what happens and then deal with the consequences. Durakov's here. All right, we are able to match the offer for Ponikarovsky, so we'll keep him. On a scale of 1 to San Jose Sharks, NHL 20. How painful. I've blocked out what happened with the Sharks, so, yeah. All right, let's go back to coaching staff really quickly because we're still going to have, some openings with said staff. Sakaris. Let's try to bring you in. And who has the better teaching? Yeah, let's go for you as an AHL assistant coach, Albert Weinrich. We just drafted your son. Finns, what's up? And welcome in everybody that might just be joining us here. Welcome to the Depression. It's a great time. I'm having a blast. Absolute blast watching this team fail spectacularly, as they do. We still don't have any word about Park. Our best defenseman, 91 overall, last I knew. Still no offer sheet for him either, which is interesting. Kasper Haltinen gets traded to Winnipeg for 2 seconds. There it is! There it is! We have turned down a full house offer sheet 2 other times, 3 other times. Do I turn it down again, though? We turned one down for Wasselin, for Lindstrom, and I think McQueen. Maybe Morin. You could argue whether or not that was a mistake or not, given that we did just make the conference or the Stanley Cup final. God, but do we give up our best defensive player, our best defenseman, for 4 first-rounders? Otherwise, we have to clear out a shatload of cap space just to keep him. He's 25 years old. He's got a full house of abilities. He's a decent point producer for a defensive defenseman. Didn't do so hot in the playoffs. I am definitely going to postpone for a couple of days here. How much money? I'd have to clear out about $10 million worth of cap to be able to afford him. The St. Louis Blues. Let's go look at your record from this past season. Fuck. There's a real argument that we should have taken the offer sheet for one of the forwards, but chat voted the way they voted. How'd the Blues do this past year? Not as bad as I would have wanted. They were a playoff team. Yeah, Major, both times I let chat vote on whether or not we took the compensation or not. Close votes both times, in fairness. So yeah, the Blues were good. And yep. Couple of 85 overall goalies. He is certainly someone they need on that D-core. And they already have 4 fantastic forwards, 5 really with Jake Neighbors. Okay. So, the picks aren't likely to be great, but where the hell are we going to clear out $10 million worth of cap space from to keep this guy? We already know Dominic Bonk is going to have to be our goalie next year. Skewen's probably going to be behind him, meaning Wesley and Schlemko or Hemingway, whatever, are probably going to end up being the AHL goalies. Defensively, now we do have DeRoche without Park, which is great, although them as a tandem certainly help our defense a lot. In terms of cap space, you got Hirsch making 2.7, but that's really not bad. I do feel like we have to try to find a way to keep them. Because they look good now doesn't mean they'll be good for the next 4 years, that's true. I mean, it is very obvious where that money has to come from. One of our top 6 forwards, all of whom are making at least $10 million. That's where it comes from. Unless we gut the depth of the team by combining Silverthorne, Beach, Hago, Sterner. Silverthorne, Hagos, Beach, Sterner. So that would be Ponikarovsky, Helms, Corvo, Markstrom, Ho, Hemingway. That's really not that bad should we try to keep the big 6. It's really not that bad. Bootland, 4 silvers, phenomenal offensive grinder. I mean, 99 passing. The only thing Bootland can't do is skate, but he has wheels. Go figure. He generated freaking wheels, so he actually can skate. He can do everything. 71 points last year as a middle sixer, 19 points in 27 playoff games. I mean, he's great. Letourneau. Stupidly well-rounded as well. We know we can put up points. McQueen. Stupidly well-rounded. One of the better natural skaters on the team. Can put up points, obviously. Lindstrom, Morin, and Wasselin. If we were to keep the top 6, let me look at what this team could look like. Because it would be Wasselin, Lindstrom, and McQueen again. We'd have Morin, Letourneau, and Bootland. Morin's done growing. He was also our best playoff performer this past year. He had 34 points in 27 games. So based on the money, which again is about $10 million that has to be cleared out, that would be Silverthorne gone. That would be Beach gone. There's only so much butt rock I can listen to, especially at a time like this. Silverthorne's gone. Beach is gone. Hagos is gone. That's 10 right there. You could argue Sterner as well, just to play it safe. Meaning the third line would be Ponikarovsky, Helms potentially, and Corvo could make it into the lineup. Markstrom was good in the playoffs. We could give him an expanded role. Harvey Ho. Hemingway. Are there any other younger dudes that could play instead of Hemingway that have potential? Tamarinus, we could rush him to the majors, try to get him to the majors. I mean, to the NHL to try and get him to develop. Heberlein. I think we're keeping the big players. Keep the big players, go young in the bottom six. It's very Toronto Maple Leafs. Very Toronto Maple Leafs. But in this video game, the Toronto Maple Leafs win. So Silverthorne, our OG pick, Aiden Silverthorne. Hate to say it, Aiden, but after 902 games as a goonfish, over 600 points, buddy, I think it's time for you to go. I think it is a $4 million cap hit. We got the 3610 of Beach, who has developed really well. He scored 35 goals last year. Only thing, again, much like all the other players, the only thing that he can't do is skate that well. But Bootland at least has silver wheels. Beach has no abilities. Like I said, this was our only kick at the can with this team. Nicholas Hagos was fantastic out of nowhere in the playoffs. Typical player type for us. 22 goals in the regular season, but 16 points in 27 games in the playoffs. But right now, he's making too much money. And then Sterner, also making 2.3, third-round pick in 2024, did get sent down in the playoffs. If we utilize these four, that brings us to $14.2 million. Guarantees we have enough money to keep Park. I think we have to do it. I don't trust those Blues picks at all. Again, we have to give them up for absolutely nothing, which sucks, but it is what it is. Is there a team? Canucks had 101 in cap space. The Bruins have 88, but I can't afford to trade them to the Bruins. 85 for the Avs, which would indicate the Avs don't have a crap load of talent right now. So, congratulations, if possible, to the Colorado Avalanche. Too many players. I mean, I would like to trade them all in one foul swoop here. Did Vancouver work in terms of player types? Congratulations to the Vancouver Canucks on winning the Trinidad and Tobago Goonfish Lottery. Silverthorne, Beach, Hagos, Sterner out and off to Vancouver so that we can keep our best defenseman. It's a done deal. I'm going to risk it for the depth. I'm all right with risking our depth because we only go as far as the top. That's bullshit that I don't have the cap space. Oh, no. You did not. Game, I literally just did the math. We had $14 million in cap space. Get bent. Well, we're fucked. Thanks, game. Literally did the math so that we played it safe. The only way the math would have been wrong is if there was an RFA that was still out there aside from him. Well, for the moment, we have to take the compensation. And I will be bringing him back via trade. Do we have an RFA that would have made up the difference? No, we don't. Yeah, that's totally fucked. I did the math right. That is totally fucked, EA. I don't appreciate that at all. At all. Give me back my goddamn player. Give me back my goddamn player. I don't even want to keep one of these picks, even if I might be able to. Give me my fucking player back. That's ridiculous. I wouldn't be 2 million over the cap. I'd be 2 million under. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, game. Well, I'm going to have to give up another player then, apparently. Which, whatever. Whatever. I literally did the math to make sure that we were good to go. Unbelievable game. Unbelievable. I give up Stutzel to get there? Nope. Cool. That's great. I would have just given up one of the big-time forwards then if I knew we were going to lose a fucking fifth player. Holy shit. Well, we just got dicked. Real hard. Real fucking hard. Fuck. Okay, what's the best way out of this? Ponikarovsky enough? Apparently not. The problem is if I dashboard, I don't know how much goddamn progress I'm going to lose. I also don't know when the hell the autosave would have kicked in. This is ridiculous. This is so dumb. They're not going to retain on a deal worth freaking 7 years. I'll try it, but I doubt it. Who knows? Maybe 4 first-round picks is enough. And you know what? If they end up retaining on 50%, then fuck them. That's what you get for EA fucking us both over. Yeah. Well, let's just keep taking away percentages until it goes through. Autosaves at the beginning of free agency. We'll see what happens. I'll try to get him back first. But, yep, I am an unhappy camper at the moment. That the game just has its own funny way of doing math, apparently. Ridiculous that it says I'd be over the cap. Force trade. Yeah, wouldn't force trade be nice? So I have to give up Ponikarovsky. I give up Duncan as well, because I can't have that many players. What if I keep one of those picks, because screw you. Ponikarovsky and Duncan. I literally wouldn't be over the cap. The bar's not red anymore. So, Tugi, like, why are you playing different sports games other than NHL so much? Boy, it couldn't be that their rosters are a fucking garbage fire and that franchise mode has nonsense like this. Christ alive. Oh my god, game. You're fucking... Post it to Twitter. Fucking why? It's not going to make a goddamn difference. Who cares? They don't care. I'm tired of caring. God fucking damn it. Yeah, and of course I don't even know if that trade will fucking go through. Alright. Yeah, fuck it. Let's back out and see how far back it takes me. If we have to do the draft over, we'll do the draft over. Whatever. Like, this is... There's no force trade in this game. Alright, we got June 9th, June 8th. May 7th with the old Minnesota Mystics. So that was from a couple of minutes ago. This would have been the end of last night. Right before? No. Why the hell's the 23 from the 8th? That doesn't make sense. Well, regardless, we can go back to June 5th. We don't have to go all the way back to the draft. I don't know why the timestamp is so weird on that, but whatever. We should just be able to go to backup 3 and it should be fine. Should be. Guess we're doing the fucking draft again. Oh, EA. Oh, EA. The big question is whether or not I ditch the save file I just recorded to eventually put it up on YouTube, or if I just leave the whole damn thing. You wouldn't want YouTube to miss out on this adventure, right? Wouldn't they just feel like they got shafted? Fuck your retired players. I don't even care. Jesus Christ. Screwed Patrick Laine out of a head coaching job, you bastards. You know, the best part is I'm not even going to be smart with the money this time. I'm going to do the same fucking thing. Just you wait. God damn it. We're taking Wine Handle again. The Vine Handle. I'm trying to remember who else was half decent in this goddamn draft, but I don't even know. Was Tanabe good? I don't fucking remember. Who the hell did I take in the second round? I didn't take that guy because he sucks. I think I took a goalie. I don't even know. Did I take Mikkola? I don't think I did. Maybe I should have. You were smart with the money before. I sure was. I'm a goddamn genius. I took Jonathan Leach, right? And he ended up, didn't he? Was this guy? Yeah, he was a low 6. He was a high overall low 6. Yeah, I'm not taking him again. Screw him. I'll take somebody else. I'll take somebody else. I get a goddamn do-over. Because of EA's nonsense. It's not my fault. EA doesn't know how to math. Then again, they had Max Pacioretty set as a power forward for years because, well, he's big, so he must hit a lot. He didn't fucking hit a lot. Brent Burns doesn't hit a lot. You still give him like 90 body checking. Oh, but the technique. Technique these nuts. Fucking had it. God damn it. Tired of these motherfucking snakes. Motherfucking plane. I don't know who the hell to draft here. Why I just fuck you, EA. Fucking ridiculous. They gave Matthew Olivier rarely in fighting. They did, and they fucking laughed about it as they told him. We made a mistake here. We discovered. You didn't discover. Fuck your alerts, Link. Thank you for the resub. You didn't discover shit. I discovered shit. I'm the one that told you Matthew Olivier's information was fucked. Oh, and you tell Matthew Olivier, oh, we discovered that. Fuck that, Matthew. Thank me. Thank me for a realistic representation of your player in the game, because they didn't fucking care. Just like they can't do math. Anyway. Whoops, I hit B. We got 52 seconds to make a pick. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Let's go with... We go with Kai Mikkola. Unconfirmed 2 years out. I mean, I might as well take someone that has a half-decent potential instead of... Braden Tanabe, come on down. No matter what, I end up with a low 6 player. I fucking hate it here. Third round. Right. Probably going to take Tan. I don't remember if Sean Bentley was good. I don't know if Guy Turgeon was good. Son of a bitch. Right. Why am I marking all those people? I can't do that in this series. I love going through drafts 2 times in a row. It's my favorite thing to do. I think Lars Sonntag did have low elite though, right? He was the other low elite. The goalie sucked anyway. Yeah, Pouliot can suck it. Okay, what do we have on the board here then? What do we have on the board here? Sonntag we can take later. Cullen we can take later. And most of these guys we can take later, except for this guy right here. Sean Bentley. Let's hope that you're not trash. He's not. Well, I mean, his overall sucks at 19. But there we go. We got that guy who we didn't get before. So that's fun. We still have Schlemko. I think we got to take he and Sonntag with the next 2 picks. If I'm not mistaken. Right? I don't know. I don't really know if I know how to math like EA does, though. Ranger wasn't that good. That's what I recall. Might be wrong, but that's what I recall. We definitely took Norm Wesley. Slemko and Zontag. So let's take Wesley here. Get a medium league goalie into the mix. Next pick. Svensson might be good. I don't know, but we're taking Schlemko. Medium elites. 6th round, we'll take Sontag. And then we'll take Wolski. Beautiful. Boy, it's like I almost knew what players were going to be half decent. I wonder why. Except for Theo Wolski, who's kind of cheeks. Anyway, can't wait to do the re-sign phase again.